The vast and harsh lands of southern Africa. Once a lush paradise with winding rivers and sprawling grasslands, now bore the scars of a changing climate. Uncharacteristic droughts had cracked the earth, turning once flowing rivers into dry fissures, pushing herds of antelope and zebra into a desperate search for sustenance. Amidst this stark landscape, two lions, a powerful male with a mane as red as the twilight sky, and a graceful female with a pensive air, steadfastly walked side by side. Their bond, forged through countless harsh seasons and scorching desert winds, was as enduring as the towering granite mountains they called home. Their eyes, now holding a distant sadness, gazed towards the hazy horizon, where the hope of a new land still flickered. Their journey in search of life thrust Kota and Lee into perilous trials. On the dusty trails, they confronted a fierce pack of hyenas, their red eyes gleaming as they fought over the meager remains of a gaunt antelope. Kota, with a roar that echoed like thunder, stood defiantly before Lee, protecting his increasingly weakened mate. They also encountered other lions, territorial guardians, who forced them into tense standoffs for safe passage. At times, they had to cautiously navigate around the unseen threat of human-laid traps, tight snares hidden within the dry grass. Through each danger, the affection between Kota and Leah deepened, a silent understanding passing between them without the need for words. Finally, after enduring countless days and nights traversing steep rocky slopes and sun-baked plains, Kota and Leah reached Mikado National Park. A new world unfolded before them, vibrant with fresh greenery and the lively sounds of life. Massive elephants leisurely grazed under the shade of ancient baobab trees. Elegant giraffes stretched their long necks to pluck tender leaves from high branches, and the melodious chirping of birds echoed like a sweet symphony across the tranquil space. However, Kota and Lee still carried the wariness of newcomers, knowing that even in this abundant place, subtle competitions for survival lurked beneath the surface. The arrival of the two unfamiliar lions did not escape the sharp eyes of Zola, a female ranger who had dedicated her life to protecting Mikado. With sun-kissed skin and eyes that held the wisdom of countless wild seasons, Zola possessed an uncanny connection to the natural world, seemingly able to read tracks and understand the silent language of all creatures. Beside her was Ben, her younger colleague, passionate, but still somewhat apprehensive about the raw power of nature. Ben meticulously documented every observation in his worn notebook, his careful script painting a vivid picture of the park's inhabitants. During one patrol, Zola discovered large, unfamiliar paw prints on the dank soil near the riverbank. "These aren't the tracks of our resident lions," Zola said softly, her voice deep and warm. "Newcomers. And they aren't alone." Ben quickly flipped through his notebook, comparing notes on the size and number of lions in the area. "You're right," he confirmed. "One adult male and one female. Larger than the others." A few days later, Kota's powerful roar echoed through the still night, a resounding declaration of his claim to this new territory, shattering the quiet of Mikado. Zola and Ben listened, sensing the determination and underlying unease in his bellow. They also noticed the female lion, Leah, moving more slowly, her gait somewhat heavy, hinting at a secret she carried within her. With her extensive experience, Zola suspected Lee was pregnant. Ben, initially concerned about the arrival of new predators, dedicated time to carefully of the subtle changes in Lee's walk and the increasing protectiveness of Kota. He meticulously noted how Kota remained constantly vigilant, never leaving Lee's side, frequently licking and nudging his head against her belly. These signs confirmed Zola's suspicion. A warm ray of hope flickered in the hearts of the two rangers. A new life, a sprout of existence, meant a chance for the lion population in Mikado to strengthen against the harshness of nature. As the months passed, Lee's belly grew visibly larger, round with the weight of the life within. Her every labored breath, carrying a silent prayer for the future. Zola quietly prepared a basic medical kit, the knowledge gleaned from village elders, and years of working with wild animals guiding her hands. A strong intuition warned her that this birth might not be easy, that life was sometimes more fragile than one imagined. Ben, though still harboring some apprehension, had learned patience and dedication from Zola. He carefully monitored the pair from a distance, recording the slightest changes in their behavior, from Lee's increased resting periods to the evident anxiety in Kota's low growls. Their worries became reality when Lee went into labor. The long days stretched into sleepless nights, filled with the mother lion's pain moans, a sound that tore through the stillness of the night, mingling with Kota's restless, helpless growls as he paced anxiously beside Lee. Zola and Ben knew they had to intervene. It was a perilous decision, potentially facing the fury of the king of beasts. But they couldn't stand by and watch life fade away. Approaching a pair of lions in such a sensitive state was a dangerous gamble, but inaction meant certain death for both the mother and her unborn cub. In the still of the night, under the faint glow of the moon, Zola and Ben cautiously drove their off-road vehicle closer to the laboring lioness, their eyes never leaving Kota's every move. He roared. A furious warning, his sharp white teeth bared in threat, but strangely, something in his panicked and pained gaze stayed his attack. Perhaps, in that life, or death moment, a primal instinct of parenthood had awakened, and he sensed the two humans' intention to help. Zola, her voice calm and soothing, slowly approached the exhausted Lee, while Ben stood guard cautiously, ready to defend them if the worst occurred. She gently but firmly used the rudimentary birthing tools, her calloused fingers becoming a fragile lifeline in the face of mortality. The long hours stretched into an eternity, the tension in the wild air as heavy as the stillness before a storm. Finally, amidst the mother lion's ragged breaths, a tiny lion cub, wet and weak, was born. Its faint mewing cry a fragile symphony of hope that shattered the worried silence of the night. A wave of relief washed over Zola and Ben as they witnessed the miraculous unfolding of life before their eyes, a victory of existence against the brink of death. They named the strong male cub Kota, meaning brave, the resilient female Lee, symbolizing hope, and the tiny newborn Mosi, a new beginning. As the first rays of dawn began to chase away the darkness, painting the Mikado sky with vibrant hues of orange and pink, Zola and Ben quietly retreated, leaving the lion family to bask in their newfound peace. The next day, they returned to find Kota and Lee standing proudly on a lush green knoll, Mosi nestled safely between the protective embrace of his parents. A silent, profound understanding passed between the humans and the lions, a unique bond forged in a moment of shared vulnerability and compassion. The story of Kota, Lee, and Mosi became a legend whispered throughout Mikado National Park, a moving testament to the power of empathy, and the delicate balance between humanity and the wild. Mosi grew stronger with each passing day, his clumsy steps and soft growls a symbol of hope for a brighter future. Zola and Ben continued their vital work of protecting nature, their hearts forever changed by that fateful encounter. Filled with a deep respect for the remarkable resilience of the natural world. Years later, as Mosi matured into a skilled hunter, walking alongside Kota, as they watched over their growing family, the memory of that pivotal day remained vivid in their minds. The lions, once wary of humans, now greeted Zola and Ben's vehicle with a calm curiosity, a silent acknowledgement of a debt they could never repay. And so, the tale of a miraculous birth in the wild echoed through the generations, a poignant reminder that even in the face of the harshest adversity, life always finds a way. And that courage and compassion can bridge the seemingly insurmountable divide between species. Thank you so much for watching until the end of the video. What did you think about the story? Please share your thoughts and feelings about it in the comments section. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a like. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel, so you won't miss the next interesting and surprising stories that I will bring. Thank you once again, and see you again.